Hey, Hamdi here. So you're probably ingesting logs, you're getting some sources in, you're starting to see your Explorer page get populated. The next thing I want to talk about is chatting with your data, but specifically creating detections that might not necessarily be out of the box, but something that you're seeing in the public. One of the things that we'll do today is a lot of the supply chain attacks that we're seeing, and we'll just see if RunReveal can build that out for us. So I have this prompt to be able to detect malicious Axios package NPM vulnerabilities. I'll keep it very simple just to see how that chat actually interacts with my prompt and what it will do. Now, as we run this, one of the most important things to understand is that this is not just some chatbot, right? This isn't going to abstract all the work in the back end and you basically just have to believe what's happening. What you're going to see is the actual steps that are taken. And I really like this part about RunReveal because what we're doing here is we're quantifying the work that you are probably going to have to do to build a detection, the tables you'll have to look at, the structure of the logs that are coming in, and then you'll have to write the query in SQL. And so if I go ahead and actually click on these boxes, it'll tell you and show you the reasoning of the AI chat, but also what it's searching on, the actual underlying data that's present in the platform. So I like to think about it as not only as a quantifier of work, it also shows you the evidence of what it's going and looking at. And so the first thing it's going to do is check for data sources that are available in the workspace to where you can detect NPM and package vulnerability activity. It's going to list the tables. It's going to list the detections meta, so any existing detections that you already might have built or already out there for you. And then it'll get the table schema and actually start querying things like GitHub actions and events because it's understanding that's where those dependencies are going to be at in that GitHub action events logs that you have. And so it's starting to show you, hey, we're going to go look at these actions. Here's the count of them. And again, because we have a normalized data model with all the logs that come in, this is very efficient and quick, right? You don't have to go and search and do a query for each table. You're able to actually correlate those because we're normalizing these data structures. And so we can see we're looking at DNS requests in the process, all these different event names. We're going to query again. The AI will keep showing you what it's doing, what it's looking for. And as we go down, look at the GHSA ID, the packages and package version published. You can see this is the content that you want to see to give you confidence in what you're building and what the AI chat is doing in general. And so as we go down, let this load up, good understanding of the data. Let me design the architecture. That's great. GitHub logs and CrowdStrike data logs for process execution data. And so it shows us what the data that's available. GitHub contains repository vulnerability events, and then it'll propose some detections. So it'll have a GitHub vulnerability alert. It's going to propose Sigma, which makes a lot of sense. This is something that at real time needs to be alerted on. Again, we support two types of detections, Sigma at processing at real time, and then SQL, which is going to be schedule based. And so we can go in here and we can actually see that this built out a Sigma detection. That's great. And then detection 2, which is the malicious NPM package execution. And this will actually come in here with a SQL detection. And so this is great to see. You can see it's actually asking you for permission to proceed. We'll go ahead and click that. And now we're allowing it to build those detections. You don't need to go in and write any queries, go look at the data structure, again, building that out. Now, keep in mind that you don't need to just confirm and proceed. If you need to edit something, if you need to add more context, you can do that. But the whole point here is that you're really allowing the chat to help you build detections and cover gaps that you might have. Here we go. These are built. Let's go look at them. Let's go to detections. We've got one right here, the GitHub repository vulnerability for Sigma, and then the package execution for SQL. Again, you can go in here, you can edit this. I would recommend maybe turning on the AI triage, right? And then boom. Now, when that fires off, not only will you get alerted, you'll also have the AI triage automatically give you context of what happened, when it happened, the actor, and all, again, the context that's within the platform. This is something you're interested in and would love a working session, let me know. I would love to hop on a call with you. Thanks.